What do you mean you want me to back Sam off?
I think she's after Lucky.
Because of what happened with you and Jason?
Yes.
You have to admit she has a legitimate reason to be upset.
Well, then tell her to take her upset out on me and to leave my children and my husband alone.
You're positive it was Jason Morgan that you saw outside the Alcazar home that afternoon?
Yes, sir. He was loading Lorenzo Alcazar's body into the back of an SUV like it was so much garbage.
Objection. Prejudicial.
Move on, Mr. Lansing.
Why haven't you come forward before now, Mr. Mancini?
I was afraid he would kill me.
Sam's had a pretty messy life. She really doesn't handle disappointment all that well.
And Lucky is vulnerable too, and I'm afraid she's going to take advantage of that.
Well, she's probably in a free fall situation right now. She's built her whole life around Jason. She's never said a bad thing about him, and yet he turned to you anyway.
She's always been jealous of my friendship with him.
This is a little more than jealousy, Elizabeth. You can't blame Sam for acting out a little.
I just walked in on Sam holding my baby, chatting up my husband. Would you say that's acting out a little or a lot?
Why were you afraid of Jason Morgan?
The guy's a cold-blooded killer.
Objection. Your Honor, my client has never been convicted of any crime. Move to strike.
Sustained. Jury will disregard. And Ms. Miller, you will save your comments for cross. Proceed, Mr. Lansing.
Thank you, Your Honor. Could you please read back the testimony regarding the day of the murder?
Objection. Your Honor, the district attorney has no conclusive evidence that Mr. Alcazar is even dead.
Sustained.
The day Mr. Alcazar went missing.
Loading Lorenzo Alcazar's body into the back of an SUV like it was so much garbage.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Mancini, why didn't you go to the police?
It would have been my word against his. And what if he tried to shut me up?
Your Honor.
Tone it down, Mr. Mancini.
Sorry. I'm just nervous. The way he's looking at me.
Objection. Prejudicial.
Sustained. Just answer the questions, Mr. Mancini. Proceed, Mr. Lansing.
Thank you, Your Honor. Did Mr. Morgan seem upset when he was loading Mr. Alcazar's lifeless body into the back of the...
Objection. Leading the witness.
I'll rephrase. What was Mr. Morgan's demeanor that morning?
Asked and answered, Your Honor.
Overruled. Answer the question.
Well, he didn't really show any emotion at all. Like it was just a job. Something he did all the time.
Thank you, Mr. Mancini. Done a very brave thing here today by coming forward.
Your Honor.
The jury will disregard the DA's comments. You know better, Mr. Lansing.
My apologies, Your Honor.
Ms. Miller, your witness.
Your Honor, I would like to request a brief recess.
Granted. The court will reconvene in half an hour.
This guy is lying.
How can you be sure?
How do you know that Mancini is lying?
Because hypothetically, I would never use my SUV to transport a body.
Jason, I cannot explain to the jury that my client hypothetically would have found another way to dispose of the body. I have to discredit this witness. Why would Alcazar's gardener want to send you to prison?
Because hypothetically, I killed his brother.
Okay. Well, how many times has Sam actually come here to visit since the night Elizabeth was with Jason came out in court, huh?
You know what does that have to do with anything? Jason, he shows up at my house anytime he wants. Why shouldn't Sam?
All I'm saying is that you're upset and allow yourself a little time to hurt over this before you do something you can't take back.
So tell me, do you think that Elizabeth and Jason were just a one-night thing?
Yes,
Yeah, is that what you told Emily when you went out on her?
Wow. I nearly lost Emily for good because I was unfaithful to her. And I'm just trying to keep you from making the same mistake.
Elizabeth has lied to me for months.
To protect you, I believe.
I get it,
believe
because
that.
I'm the pathetic drug user, right? And I don't have the right to know that my wife has been cheating on me.
Maybe Elizabeth was wrong. Maybe I was too. Maybe I should have told you from the
Yeah,
very
you should have
beginning.
told me. You're my brother. How long have you known Elizabeth has been sleeping with Jason?
Well, hypothetically, the gardener's brother was selling drugs to kids, okay? And he had me tied up in a chair.
Okay,
I had
Jason,
a gun.
Jason,
and he...
Jason.
The details are not admissible in court, so I don't need to hear them. I need to focus on Mancini. If I could just put him someplace else.
Yeah, but see, the problem is Rick's gonna have that covered. He probably recruited Mancini and told him exactly what to say.
Oh, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
What are you talking about?
Oh. I just had a brief, delicious fantasy of charging the DA with suborning perjury. Watching him squirm while he's stripped of his office and licensed to practice law. Sipping a very cold, very dry martini with my feet up. Watching as Rick Lansing apologizes on the evening news for betraying the public trust. But I'd have to break the witness on the stand, and that doesn't seem likely.
Stone Cold, the grasshopper is in dire need of his master stage counsel.
Excuse me. Hello? Hello? You will not be called to testify until the defense presents its case. In the meantime, stay away.
My sincere apologies, tense mob lawyer who has your work cut out for her. I am most grateful for your efforts to free Stone Cold.
Spinelli, just tell me what happened.
The Valkyrie fled the country with the unhinged one.
Carly took off with Jerry?
Oh, thank God for small favors. That's one loose cannon out of town.
Where do you think they went?
Venezuela.
The shooters were from Venezuela.
Most timely observation, mob lawyer. See, there's more. Mr. Krintlisser is most upset about Carly's sojourn, and he's gonna kill me because I let it happen.
Why does Sonia blame you?
Oh, well, the Valkyrie was in full warrior mode, you know, really fierce and determined, and so when she called to me, I couldn't turn her down.
Okay, what did you do, Spinelli?
I accessed the records of evil and presumed dead Al, and then delivered them to the unhinged one's lair at the Metro Court.
Didn't I tell you what to do if Carly asked you for help with one of her stupid plans?
Yeah. Alas, the Valkyrie was too powerful to resist. I mean, she is determined on saving you from the DA of Darkness.
I am seriously reconsidering putting you on the stand.
Oh, no, fear not. Tense mob lawyer, see, if the jackal still draws breath, you will be clear.
I need you to focus. What did Carly think she could do for me in Venezuela?
Your dearest friend and the unhinged one are looking for proof that evil Al is still alive.
I knew she would do something like this.
I mean, what was the grasshopper supposed to do to stop her?
Who's the grasshopper?
I
thought you were the jackal.
Can you give me a postponement?
Not a chance. Jason, you're being tried for murder. You can't just get a leave of absence because the Valkyries... Because Carly took off with an alleged psychopath. Look, if she's seriously in trouble, Sonny will find a way to track her down. In the meantime, you can do nothing to help.
But they are friends of the highest order.
Carly got herself into this. Carly can get herself out. Or you can just say goodbye to your life, including the grasshopper and everybody else who depends on you.
Like, you can be as mad at me as you want, but please, please do not yell with the kids in the house.
You're real concerned about the kids.
Everything I have done from the very start has been about protecting my children.
Yeah, when you've had time to think about them between work and Jason.
I slept with Jason one night, while you were eating pills like candy and sleeping with Maxie Jones in my bed.
Stop. We've all made mistakes here, okay? Can we please just find a way to move forward?
Sure, as soon as Elizabeth admits she's been sleeping with Jason all along.